November 21st, 2025. We're finally pulling this S10 Blazer out. We're documenting it. We spent 3 hours yesterday trying to move it. It was buried in. It was supposed to be ready to be moved out. Battery was supposed to be charged. We paid years ago to get this thing moved, or get this thing painted, because he said this doesn't match that. And obviously, look at the door gaps. This wasn't finished, and that's not finished. I gave him this to put on. Sat here so long, the engine had issues. It's been like 12 or 14 years. A little wet out. Hey, he replaced the roof. What does this look like that's done? So, why am I seeing screws on the outside? I shouldn't see screws on the outside. And there's the hood open, parts still in here, all full of dust. He's going to clean the carpet for me, or else change the carpet. Then this carpet machine broke. But this is my documentation of this truck. And we'll see the mileage in a minute. Let me pause this while we get the mileage and stuff. So we open up the hood because the hood latch is broke. Don't recall that, but whatever. We soaked some fluid down there yesterday. We're going to try to turn the engine by hand under there and see if we can put some more oil on the next couple cycles of turning the engine. Yeah, see this thing will wake up again. So we're slowly tapping the starter, getting this fluid in there. This little trans fluid that'll help loosen up the rings. This is a rebuilt engine with 0 miles that I rebuilt. So let's crank it over, let it build some oil pressure, since the rings should have sat with some oil in them. Where's our oil pressure gauge? Do we have one? Yes, there we go, oil pressure. There we go, we're building oil pressure, so that's what we want. With the ATF going in there, she should be ready to fire up. Starting fluid down there could be flooded too from the oil in the cylinders. Ooh, she's firing up. I don't have to get no gas yet. Give her some help. Since we put a fuel hose on the fuel pressure line, and we got a decent amount of fuel out. Our gauge was leaking. We figured we got enough fuel pressure. Since we're here, we're going to do the free fix. I don't know why trans fluid is in there. That's fine. We'll change. We can use that to lubricate this. We'll get this out. This is a semi-recent with these clogged, and they're coming out beautifully. Either that or the fuel injector replace, or the fuel pump. So this is our journey. Man, these come out so nice. The junkyard, those things didn't come out at all. And these are not the better ones, I guess. The newer improved ones where the injectors are at it. So. And this slides forward once you get all those bolts out. And then pause it and get this thing out. We're getting there, step by step. Here's the old style with the main injectors here. And these little poppets. We're missing one? No, it's right there. Versus the newer style with the individual injectors. These are supposed to be better. So we're going to try to get it in. And this one has a nice bracket where it slides in and out. You don't have to unclip it for the bracket. The other one, day 3, visit 3 on the Blazer. Had to get those little things in the fuel injector unit, those little bushings with the O-ring, with the rubber O-ring, and then a copper washer, or it's not copper, stainless steel. Took us a little bit to get them set just down right where it won't leak in there. So are you looking? Pain in the butt. So now we're making sure all the intake bolts are tight. Going around, they just need to be, you don't need a torque wrench for them. And then we're going to be putting on the coil and all that stuff. So we're going to pause it and start finishing this up. Hopefully she fires up after all these, runs on her own after all these years. So we're on torqued all the intake bolts down. Putting a lot of these are studs, so they're bolts with shafts on them after that. Threads on them so you can put the brackets on. So we're going to finish this up, get the coil on, get the throttle thing on. We don't see no fuel leaks. We seem to have pressure. So hopefully she'll start and run today. Since winter just finally came in. Ugh, I hate winter. Make sure everything's connected. We broke one of the bolts on the throttle body for the bracket for this, but I don't care. Not a big deal. It's got 2 other bolts that get bolted on too, so that should be fine. So we're going to finish bolting this up and get her done. One of the last steps is to put this correct bolt for the air filter in the back to hold the air filter cover on. Person who blew up the engine and had to put another one in here, didn't put that in there. I got the hold down nut from the junkyard yesterday. I just don't know what I did with it, but she'll stay on her own with that clip. So we're tightening this down, trying to do it the right way. Yeah, not exactly the right size, but that's fine. And put the hose on, let's see if it'll fire up. And the reason you need the hose on is to control the amount of air. You don't want too much air in. The airbags doesn't necessarily have to be hooked up because it's still getting through the mass airflow sensor, just limits the fluid. So she'll fire up stuff. See, fire up. She should have fuel pressure. Ooh, she's coming alive. Let's check for fuel leaks. Fuel leak. Yay! Second engine, 14 years has been sitting here or something like that. Now she's finally running. Can't let engines sit. Fuel injectors.